Made landfall in San Blas, and we just stepped ashore on one of the islands. It's called Adrift or something, and as you see, it's your kind of archetypal desert island. But weather's not so brilliant today. We're still in the rainy season, so there's still sort of squally showers coming through, and the raincoat has already started picking up plastic.
I think it is sad though when you come to a beautiful place like this and then you find plastic washed up. So you know what, just collect a bit of stuff, make it look even more beautiful when you leave it. That's a good thing to do.
So we arrived, and Renka says, can you go down and check the anchor? And I've got this kind of irrational fear of dark water, and usually the water visibility around here is supposed to be fantastic, but you can barely see a few meters in front of you. And because I know that there are sharks and crocodiles around this sort of coastline, kind of said I'd rather wouldn't. She thought it was very funny.
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me, we're family. Sing ho, hey, long for the ride, ho, hey, I'll stay by your side, ho.
So it's our first morning in the San Blas Islands, and I got up early to watch the sunrise, but then I noticed the teenagers had already got up about half an hour before, and they kind of met on the paddle boards and the kayaks, and we're watching the sun come up behind the island. It was a beautiful sight. And then I saw one of the dugout canoes sailing towards us, and the guy sailed by and tried to sell us lobsters and cigars, which is not really what I want first thing on the morning. It was a beautiful sight watching the sails pass through the sunrise. Yesterday we went to the island, and the kids just wanted to make a kind of camp, sort of like Lord of the Flies. So they made a bit of a lean-to, and then some local kids turned up. I have no clue where from. I didn't see any boats. They just suddenly appeared, and we're taking a bit of an interest in what we were doing. So the kids are over there now trying to make a camp, and we're just anchored offshore over there, and we're quite tired after the night passage. It was a really good passage actually, plenty of wind, and everybody's just chilling out now.
Okay, so the kids have made this little house and they're just having their lunch.
Wow. Hi. Yeah, this took lots of hours to make all this. We were gonna make a path right there, but then we didn't, and now we're making a wall right here, and now it's like in the real world. We're actually gonna be back to walking. But Derry has a water maker. My job is they're trying to make water, but I don't get how to do it.
Oh. Oh, he's trying to. Oh, I get it. He's collecting the water that's condensing on the other side of the plastic. Has he got a? Have you got a cup in there? You're collecting it in.
But where's the cup?
The cup will be in the middle there.
It's in there.
And it should drip down.
I fill up the water bottles because we use it to clean. Like if someone needs something to like find, I go and find it. Also, I'm the fan of these mats. They're on the bottom of the palm tree leaves, and I gave it to Natalie, and she's like, "Oh, can you go and find some more?" So I basically just work for her because she needs those things to. Because her job's to decorate.
She's done a good job of decorating, hasn't she?
Yeah, and the chief of this tribe? No! Yeah. No! Gabe said, yep. No! Yep. I do everything else actually. Gabe declared. Natalie.
Are you the one that built the water catcher?
And I'm also the one that's building the fire thing.
So who has all the ideas?
We should do it. I did.
So that means you're the idea man. Did you find that on the beach?
Yeah, I found that.
Look, he's like, hey guys, we have an idea.
Idea man. Plastic shoes. That's That's actually the tree has sort of grown around this fish block. Okay, so now I've got to a point where it's too much plastic here. So there's a whole load of it here, so there's nothing, I mean, I can't even collect all the rest of it. You need like an army of people and a huge boat to take the stuff away. I'm sure it's probably the same on every island, really. This is too much. All these lids are just broken up into small pieces. And that's all they're going to do.
So they're just breaking down into microplastic.
So much of it, isn't there? Like all of the... Yeah, it's just broken up.
So the San Blas Islands are kind of a semi-autonomous region of Panama, and they're occupied by the Kuna tribe, who basically live along this archipelago of islands, and they still use coconuts as a currency, and they trade between the mainland, and it's mainly farming. So they have farms on the mainland, but they come here to collect the coconuts and live. So this is the first island that we've actually stepped ashore on. There's one of the guys who's, I don't know if you can see the hook behind me, but he's cutting coconuts back there. And really friendly. I mean, as we approached, the fishermen came up and just asked if you're okay, and they guided us around the reef. And yeah, it's really nice. I think the only sad thing is everywhere else we've been in the world, we're just faced with just plastic, loads of plastic bottles and shoes and things like that. So we did try and pick them up, but there was just so many. It was just overwhelming. So we kind of basically got to try and remain blind to that and see the beauty in these islands.
Oh, lobster.
Oh, lobster.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? I kind of want to buy something off him, but we've got this fish to make, and we've never really done the lobster and crabs, quite honest, not cooked it, so I'd have to do that. Someone else would have to do that first, and I'd like to watch it happen.
Hey, look who it is. Good morning. You sleep well? You sleep well?
Yeah, we stayed the first night in the San Blas. We stayed in that lovely little island over there, just offshore a bit, just palm trees and lots of plastic. But yeah, now we're heading to Snug Harbour. So we're kind of getting around this reef. We have to take quite a wide berth, especially us with our draft, and maybe go and explore the village this afternoon. So we're just getting to this really nice anchorage, and it's surrounded by a reef, so we kind of need to get in there and make sure we don't swing into the reef. So right up ahead, on that kind of little island over there, looks like that's the village, and the rest of it looks like it's a lot of jungle, so really cool. I like it.
I think it's really cool how all the anchorages are like right next to each other, because there isn't any like big day sails, it's just like a few small sails, so it's nice.
How was your afternoon?
Thanks, we went all around all the boats just hanging out. I think this place is definitely better than the last anchorage.
Okay, this morning we are kayaking and everyone actually paddleboarding, kayaking to this little island, and we're going to explore. So there's a whole troop of everyone. We've got people behind, we've got Natalie on the back. Are you comfy there?
Yeah, I am.
There's David really going for it, and Larry's trying to help him out. Hi guys! You're on YouTube! And Rowan. Noni fruit, and they eat this.
So one of the guys from the island, he came out this morning to show us around his kind of own island, you know, where he has these coconut plantations. And Wade, the guy in the other boat who speaks Spanish, he's done the translation for us. And we learned quite a lot about the Kuna traditions and lifestyle.
Okay. So the green ones, the buyers don't buy the green ones. The buyers only buy this right one.
The San Blas region, the Kuna people, are divided up into sort of 3 distinct regions which have their own governor, which is represented in the Panamanian Parliament. Each tribe have their 3 sort of elders, so they basically they administrate the local things, and they administrate over local disputes and things like that. Anything in the sea is kind of is common to all Kuna, so anybody can fish around other people's islands, and it seems quite a peaceful sort of coexistence between the different tribes. Each family has its own sort of island or plot of land on the mainland, and it's kind of divided up, and they grow pineapples and coconuts, mangoes, red rice, and things like that. Quite a traditional sort of culture. They do have a mini airport, well, it's just a strip of concrete really, where they do bring tourists in, so they are quite reliant on the tourist dollar, and they suffered quite badly during the COVID pandemic. One of the islands was in complete lockdown because COVID did actually sweep the island, and the other islanders were taking them food and supplies, but they weren't allowed on or off the island.
The grandfather. He said in his situation, he really liked his wife, and so he took his wife to his parents and was like, yeah, I really want to marry her. Pero usted estaba en la ciudad de Panamá en ese tiempo, ¿no? Well, he was outside of the community.
Sweet. Nice.
Actually, another thing they were saying about the plastic, Ling, our guide, he was saying that the plastic has only really started appearing in the last 10 years. So that would suggest there's being a kind of a dumping policy by Panama or Colombia that's puts all this plastic in the sea, because plastic's obviously been around a lot longer than that. But he said in the last 10 years it has really started to become a problem. He said when he was younger he can't remember any plastic on the beaches, and they do try and manage it as best they can, but obviously it's so overwhelming. They do take a lot of it back to the mainland, but most of it they just burn on the island because there's just so much to take back. I mean, obviously burning it isn't the ideal thing to do, but it's the only way they can prevent it going back in the sea and forming microplastic and then affecting the marine environment. So it is a problem, and they do see it as a major problem. It's not like they just ignore it. It's so overwhelming they can't actually deal with the situation.
It was really good having Ling just tell us all about, you know, this island and, you know, and Wade translating it. So really the coconuts are a really big commodity here. There's a lot of them they have growing on the islands. They actually clear the ground so that they can grow. And some of the coconuts just wash up and they grow, and obviously they hold the sand together and they prevent erosion. I mean, he's quite clear about that. But yeah, they sell, I mean, the fresh coconuts like this, they sell for about 40 cents a coconut in Panama. They're very popular because the coconut juice is fresh and very good for kidneys and lots of health benefits. With the fresh coconuts, they don't tend to pick them off the tree, they wait for them to fall. So I suppose they probably wait for them to naturally reach their optimum size and then they just fall off. The old ones are used probably to manufacture the flesh inside, and they're probably tinned as well, so all that coconut milk we get are probably from the old coconuts. So yeah, Sunday morning, and there's about 7 kids in the local village have just turned up on their wooden dugout canoe, and so the boys are in their kayak, and they're having a little bit of a kind of race.
So everybody gets around in these dugout canoes, and they literally are dugout canoes made from hardwood trees found in the mountains. They're not even made from the wood of the islands, because basically it's all coconut palms.
Yeah, it's such a cool canoe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it difficult to paddle?
And to get around between the islands, they have these kind of oppie sails, which is almost identical to size and shape as the Optimist that we actually have on board. And everybody sails them from the kids to the chief. Hey!
Oh, careful!
So stay tuned for the next episode when we have a meeting with the village chiefs and try to help them with their plastic pollution. And also I get a demo in how to prepare a fresh lobster. Thanks for watching, and especially thanks to our patrons who make these videos possible. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to become part of our patron family for less than the cost of a coffee, then follow the link in the description below or put Mothership Adrift Patreon and it will take you to the right place. Please do leave your comments below or on our Facebook and Instagram pages, or you can connect to us immediately via Patreon. And finally, don't forget to subscribe and also check out our other channel, which is dedicated to fixing your boat, called Mothership Maintenance.
Hey, you'll always be